Nation comes just as State Superintendent of Public Instruction Mark Johnson has taken more control of the state education agency after a lengthy legal battle with the state board. Evacuation orders are in effect for portions of Lynchburg, Virginia this morning as officials warn that the College Lake Dam could fail and flood the city. Brian Hurley is a meteorologist at the National Weather Center.
Last flood warnings are in effect. We are looking for additional rains, unfortunately, for the Lynchburg area. Could get anywhere between 1 and 3 inches of additional rainfall.
The effects of multiple days of rain are beginning to show in the mountains of North Carolina and the rest of the state. Standing water is filling low-lying areas. Creeks are full and rivers are swelling. Transylvania County farmer Mark McCall tells WLOS News in Asheville.
We'd rather have it a little bit drier. I mean, it's hard to control diseases like on tomatoes or other things, but yeah, we'd like to see some sunshine.
Onslow County Schools is working to make sure a key card system used in some of its schools is put into place at all of the rest of the locations. Dusty Rhodes, who's Director of Security and Safety for Onslow County Schools, tells WCTI News.
This will improve safety a lot because every outside perimeter door will be locked now.
You're listening to NCN News.
Will Democrats break Republican supermajorities in the North Carolina General Assembly? Will this year's election change the course of the state Supreme Court? What about all those constitutional amendments on the ballot? Carolina Journal will help you answer those questions. Available each month as a free newspaper, every day online at carolinajournal.com. Carolina Journal, your #1 source for government news that affects you. Visit carolinajournal.com today.
In June, North Carolinians began receiving new Medicare cards, and scammers posing as Medicare representatives were already making calls demanding a processing fee. Other fraudsters are trying to get bank account information by saying a refund is owed. Remember, Medicare never charges a processing fee, never asks enrollees for a bank account number, and no refunds are owed. Protect yourself with AARP Fraud Watch Network. Learn more about this free service at states.aarp.org/stop-fraud.
Ivanka Trump told journalists that she shared some of the president's complaints about the media but stopped short of condemning reporters. Later, CNN reporter Jeb Acosta sparred with White House Press Secretary Sarah Sanders over the same issue.
The President of the United States should not refer to us as the enemy of the people. His own daughter acknowledges that, and all I'm asking you to do, Sarah, is to acknowledge that right now and right here.
I appreciate your passion. I share it. I've addressed this question. I've addressed my personal feelings. I'm here to speak on behalf of the president. He's made his comments clear.
Red flags remain at all Crystal Coast beaches today, even though rip current risks have dropped. Forecasters have lowered the rip current risk from high to moderate for all of our shoreline, including the Crystal Coast around Moorhead and Atlantic, where red flag warnings have urged swimmers to stay out of the water for days. Emerald Isle Town Manager Frank Rush tells WITN News.
It's just been frustrating over the past several days with folks still entering the water, still doing water rescue calls. I think our folks did about 10 water rescue calls yesterday in about an hour and a half, hour and 45-minute period.
New studies show 2 states that legalize pot have different levels of success.
Regulation seems to be the key when it comes to growing legal marijuana. Colorado is meeting demand while Oregon has a huge oversupply. Colorado had stricter rules for growers when it rolled out the sale of legalized pot in 2014. Oregon did not cap licenses. A study finds now 70% of legal recreational marijuana grown in Oregon goes unsold. But in both states, prices for pot have dropped. California and other states will be looking at what works best as they prepare their markets. Wendy Gillette, CBS News.
The next shutdown of business Interstate 40 through Winston-Salem involves taking down a bridge. Contractors will close a highway in both directions today along part of the interstate.
AM 590 WCAB Rutherfordton with FM translator service on W265DW at 100.9.
From ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. The threat to America's elections is real. That's what the heads of America's intelligence community are saying. Director of National Intelligence Dan Coates says Russia is still trying to meddle. And
we know there are others who have the capability and may be considering influence activities. As such, we will continue to monitor and warn of any such efforts.
President Trump talking about health care at a campaign rally in Pennsylvania.
President Trump telling supporters in Pennsylvania he is slowly getting rid of the Affordable Care Act with better options, even if Congress isn't cooperating.
Much better health care for a fraction of the cost.
But health and insurance experts say it is actually skimpier, temporary insurance, in many cases not including pre-existing conditions.
This morning, the Labor Department is out with the latest look at jobs across the country. ABC's Mark Remillard has a look.
Analysts expect to see roughly 200,000 jobs added in July. And while Mark Hamrick, senior economic analyst with Bankrate.com, says that number is solid, he says there are some red flags down the road he's keeping his eye on, particularly President Trump's tariffs and trade wars.
Tariffs and trade, big problem for the U.S. economy. It's affecting companies. Eventually that filters on through consumers. And then that business confidence will be damaged if these trade disputes are not ironed out soon.
Apple starts the trading day as the first company ever to carry a market value of more than $1 trillion. The search is on for a 12-year-old from China missing after she was taken from Reagan National Airport in Washington, police say. David Huckler is a police chief at the airport. It says she was spotted getting in a car.
The child appears to have left without any force. She entered the vehicle without any force, but that does not release any of our concerns.
And the reward for information on the missing Iowa jogger, Molly Tibbetts, now over $170,000. You're listening to ABC News.
It's time to join the millions of people using Zoom video conferencing. Turn any size conference room, huddle room, or executive office into a Zoom room with flawless HD video, crystal clear audio, and instant wireless sharing. It'll even work with your existing hardware. Start your meetings with a single touch or use Zoom's new voice command feature. Hey Zoom, start meeting. Huddle happy. Visit zoom.us to set up your free Zoom room trial today. That's zoom.us. Zoom video conferencing.
Is your computer slowing down?
Yep, I guess I need a new one.
Wait before you waste your money on a new computer. Go to mycleanpc.com and get a free computer diagnosis. In minutes, you can activate MyCleanPC software to clean out the junk that could be putting your privacy at risk. Unwanted pop-ups, errors, or spam not only slow your computer down, they may allow third parties to track your activities. Go to mycleanpc.com for a free computer diagnostic. Increase your computer speed today with mycleanpc.com.
CBS head Les Moonves has spoken publicly for the first time since he was accused of sexual harassment, but he didn't talk about that.
We feel very good about our record results today.
On the CBS quarterly earnings conference call, Chief Les Moonves stuck to the script. On advice of counsel, the CBS representative said nobody on the call would talk about the sexual misconduct allegations against Moonves, who thus far remains in his job, while CBS hired two prominent law firms to investigate. Mary Jo White, a former U.S. attorney and former chair of the Securities and Exchange Commission, will co-lead the investigation. Aaron Katursky, ABC News, New York.
The California couple accused of keeping their 13 children captive due in court to be arraigned today. David and Louise Turpin arrested after their 17-year-old daughter escaped. The fight against California's wildfires, now an international one. Shane Fitzsimmons is a firefighter from Australia and is leading a crew of nearly 200 firefighters who have just flown in from Australia and New Zealand.
Our firefighters are pretty aware of the fact that they're going into some hostile environments, but that's what they're trained to do, that's what they're experienced in doing, and our focus is all about safety and making a positive difference to helping their United States colleagues and the United States communities.
Could get crowded on the roads out there. More big rigs coming. Shipping companies have put in orders for well over 50,000 new trucks. That is nearly triple the number from last year. This is ABC News.
Don't sleep on today. There's a world to conquer. Don't sleep on yesterday. No need to dwell on the past. Sleep on tomorrow, the highest rated mattress on the internet. Tomorrow Sleep products are designed by the world's leading sleep experts for deep, uninterrupted sleep. Want to stay cool on warm summer nights? Try the internet's highest rated hybrid mattress now and save $125. Visit tomorrowsleep.com and use code AWAKE3 at checkout.
I'm Sherry Preston, ABC News.
Well, with springtime here, head on over to Oakland Feed and Seed for the things you need. Things like grass seed and garden seed. 10-10-10 fertilizer and 17-17-17 fertilizer. Oakland Feed and Seed carries Kentucky 31 and Rebel Turf and 5-star blend grass seed. That'll look good, won't it? They'll weigh up garden seed by the ounce or by the pound. How much do you need? They'll weigh up grass seed by the pound. Whatever your needs are, Scott and his team at Oakland Feed and Seed will try their best to do it for you. Need strong weed killer? Get it by the quart, gallon, and this kills all. 2.5 gallons is only $49.99. Get rid of them quick. That fish box, 100 count, $19.99. Why don't you come check Oakland Feed and Seed out and check prices? All your animal health needs, from dog shots to wormers. And don't forget to pick up some fire ant control, too. They have what you need at Oakland Feed and Seed, Oakland Road, Spindale, locally owned and locally run.
We have a good chance for showers and thunderstorms again today as our gravy train of moisture continues from the Gulf of Mexico, but it's about to come to an end. We still have our flash flood watch in effect. Some of the rain will be heavy at times, the high in the upper 70s to low 80s. Tonight, it's early evening showers and storms, then partly to mostly cloudy overnight, the low in the low 70s. Tomorrow is partly cloudy. It's warmer. We'll go for a slight chance for a shower or a storm in the afternoon with a high in the upper 80s. I'm Mike Mays in the North Carolina News Network Weather Center.
Thank you very much, Mike Mays. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Friday. It is finally Friday, friends, and we're starting out our morning at 69 degrees, warming up to about 80 before it's all over with, and a possibility of more showers coming this afternoon. But we had a deluge of rain yesterday, didn't we? This afternoon, it's puddled up everywhere, it seems. It's diminishing as the weekend turns into 50% on Saturday, then 30% chance of rain on Sunday and Monday. So not bad at all for the weekend. But we are still under that flash flood watch until 8 o'clock this evening because of the heavy rains and the ground being so soaked. Should we get more rain, it could cause some flooding, so watch out for that. Flash flood watch in effect. Only a watch. It means conditions are susceptible to that kind of weather. So stay tuned right here to WCAB, and we'll keep you posted on the weather pattern. Right now we'll have these death announcements. Hal Davis, age 75, of Rutherfordton, died yesterday at Charles George VA Medical Center Hospice. Arrangements are incomplete and will be announced by McMahon's Funeral Home and cremation services for Hal Davis. Michael E. Henson, age 66, before he passed away Thursday at the Charles George VA Medical Center in Asheville. The funeral service will be conducted at 3 o'clock Saturday at the Harrelson Funeral Chapel. Burial will follow in Eternal Hills Memorial Park with military honors being rendered by the Rutherford County Honor Guard. The family will receive friends 1 hour prior to service time at the funeral home. Harrelson Funeral and Cremation Services has been entrusted with the arrangements for Michael E. Henson. Grayson Tyler Thompson, infant son of Beverly Wells of Forest City and Brandon Thompson of Shelby, died Wednesday, August 1st at Rutherford Regional Medical Center. A service to celebrate his life will be conducted at 1 o'clock Saturday at Victory Baptist Church of Spindale. Burial will be private for the family. Harrelson Funeral and Cremation Services is providing services for the family of Grayson Tyler Thompson. Anna Mae Price Lutz passed away on Tuesday. The family will receive friends today from 5 until 7 at Crow's Mortuary, and services will be private. Crow's Mortuary is assisting the family of Anna Mae Price Lutz. Addie Mae Carswell, age 97, of Columbus, passed away Tuesday. A graveside service will be held today at Pea Ridge Baptist Church, Polk County, at 11 o'clock. And Crow's Mortuary is assisting the family of Addie Mae Carswell. Grayson Tyler Thompson, infant son of Beverly Wells of Forest City. With that one we just had. Ronnie Michael Smith, 72, passed away Thursday at the intensive care unit of Spartanburg Regional Hospital. Memorial service will be held 2 o'clock Saturday at the Chapel of Crow's Mortuary and Crematory. The family will receive friends after the service. Crow's Mortuary is serving the family of Ronnie Michael Smith. Olive H. Hudler, age 94, of Rutherfordton, passed away Thursday, August 2nd, at her home. Family will receive friends from 2 until 3 Sunday at McMahon's Funeral Home. A service to celebrate Oliver's life will be held at McMahon's Funeral Home Chapel at 3 o'clock on Sunday. McMahon's Funeral Home and Cremation Service in charge of the arrangements for Olive H. Hudler.
Justice Britt Grant was confirmed as a judge on the 11th Circuit Court of Appeals. She once clerked for Judge Brett Kavanaugh, who is Trump's Supreme Court nominee. President Trump has now appointed 24 Federal Circuit judges, more than any other president at this time in his term. In fact, 1 out of every 7 sitting circuit judges was appointed by Donald Trump. The New York Times, though, they're not happy. They worry that President Trump is leaving an indelible conservative stamp on the judiciary. They complain his impact is just beginning, and that's right on. That's exactly right. After all, Trump's appointees are young. Many will work their way to the federal appeals courts and will move those powerful courts to the right. The left is in agony. That's why it's so heartwarming. President Trump deserves credit. So does Senator Mitch McConnell, who has been a pit bull getting these justices confirmed. But someone else deserves credit. You know who? Dingy Harry. If Dingy Harry Reid hadn't changed the old rules of the Senate to get Obama's judges confirmed, then none of this would likely be happening. You talk about poetic justice. The Democrats make a move, and it comes back to bite them in the you-know-where, and we can all smile about it. I am. Okay, folks, the dog days of summer are here, but autumn leaves will soon be falling. That means it's time to start gearing up for all the work that needs to be done on your land. And my good friends at Mahindra want to help. Now, if you're looking for your first tractor or to trade up from an old one, Mahindra has a workhorse for everybody and every job. In fact, Mahindra offers a full line of subcompact, compact, and utility tractors backed by a 5 or 7-year powertrain warranty. And don't forget about Mahindra's rugged utility vehicles available in single cab or crew cab. Now is the time, folks. Now is the time to learn more about Mahindra, the world's #1 selling tractor company, or find your dealer at MahindraUSA.com.
Take advantage of rock-bottom prices and test drive a Mahindra today at East Rutherford Equipment in Ellenboro, or visit EastRutherfordEquipmentLLC.com. That's EastRutherfordEquipmentLLC.com.
All you ever need in news, weather, sports, and
use disorders is real. You can recover. It's possible. It happens every day.
Never give up on yourself.
Discover hope and help.
I thought I was too far gone. I wasn't.
Join the Voices for Recovery.
The world is a beautiful place again.
For 24-hour free and confidential information and treatment referral for mental and substance use disorders for you or someone you know, call 1-800-66.
We think people might like to make decisions based on service and savings, not just because that's as you know from your neighborhood. Because we're headquartered in North Carolina with local agents right in your town. That's really the only thing we want to be famous for. North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance. Helping you is what we do best.
In Rutherford County, please call 287-2428.
North Carolina Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance Company, Farm Bureau Insurance of North Carolina, Inc., Southern Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company, Jackson, Mississippi, an independent licensee of the Blue Cross and Blue Shield Association.
George Davidson went to school in Philadelphia, where he earned a doctorate in astronomy. In 1845, he joined the U.S. Coast and Geographic Society. For 2 decades, he studied the geography of California, Oregon, and Washington. During the midst of America's negotiations with Russia for the purchase of Alaska, Davidson was set up there to do some exploration, and he decided to go back after Alaska was part of America. 2 years later, he went back to Alaska. On his way to the Chillicoot Valley, Davidson was told that because of their previous encounter with some Americans, the Chillicoot Indians would probably welcome him with firearms rather than open arms. Davidson's initial encounter with the Chillicoot Indians on August 6, 1869 was tense at best. Davidson explained that he was there purely to do scientific research, that he wanted to observe a total eclipse of the sun that he said would happen the next day. The Indians laughed at Davidson's prediction and left thinking he was touched by the spirits. On August 7, the sky grew dark over the Chillicoot Valley. The moon eclipsed the sun as George Davidson had predicted. The Chillicoot Indians were so astonished with the event and the fact that Davidson had predicted it that they not only left Davidson alone, they left the area. More than one historian has speculated that a piece of information George Davidson had learned while in school that he probably thought was just an interesting astronomical fact actually saved the lives of George and his party. You've just heard another story from Chronicle of the Old West. I'm Dakota Livesay.
Well, on this first Friday of a brand new month, let's get started and find out what's been happening around the neighborhood in the past 24 hours or so. And we have Deputy Weathers on the phone from the Sheriff's Department to get us off to start this morning. Good morning. How you doing today?
I'm good, and you?
Good, thank you. What's on the report?
Over the past 24 hours, the Sheriff's Office has responded to 96 calls. The jail's processed 7 arrests, and there's currently 199 in our jail. The arrest reports, we have Cody Queen of Railroad Circle in Mooresboro. He was served with a true bill of indictment for safecracking, received a $10,000 secure bond. Christopher Shepard of Milton Road in Joanna, North Carolina, was served with assault on a female and battery of unborn child. He received a 48-hour hold on that, I believe. Bridget DeSouza of John Hudson Road in Bostic was arrested for failure to appear on a misdemeanor and failure to appear on a felony. Received a $21,000 secure bond. And Cody Magala of High Shells Church Road in Mooresboro was arrested for possession of stolen goods and possession of a stolen automobile. He received a $40,000 secure bond. And on our incident reports, we have a Randall Dobbins of Park Drive in Forest City reporting a damage to property. And we have a Keith Beck of Chalk Creek Parkway in Union Mills reporting a fraud and obtaining property by false pretense. And that's all I have for you.
Deputy Weathers, we appreciate that very much, and you be safe out there this weekend.
All right, thank you.
17 minutes after the hour of 7 o'clock.
"43 years experience behind the name, voted best of best 8 years. That's why folks depend on Hutchins Pest Control. You can call on Tim and his team for moisture control, waterproofing, mold remediation, air quality control, dehumidification, and of course, pest control, rats, fire ants, termites, wildlife removal, and so much more. Call them today for your free estimate. 287-5171. Get the job done by the professionals and relax. Hutchins Pest Control, honest, dependable, and on-time service.
Here's Jessica now with the 911 Communication Center report. Good morning, Jessica.
Good morning.
What's on your report?
In the past 24 hours, Rutherford County Sheriff's Office 911 Communications has processed 468 911 calls and administrative calls, which consisted of 37 for EMS, 23 for rescue, 96 for the Sheriff's Office, 61 for Forest City, 12 for Lake Lure, 35 for Rutherford, and 31 for Spindale. For the fire department, Union Mills responded to a motor vehicle accident. Rutherford responded to a motor vehicle accident. Green Hill responded to a motor vehicle accident. Forest City responded to a motor vehicle accident. Ellenborough responded to 3 motor vehicle accidents, and Cliffside responded to a motor vehicle accident, and that is all.
Thanks, Jessica. You have a good weekend.
Thank you, you too.
Bye-bye. You know, I'm not big on mass production of offices or the numbers. You become a number more than an individual. That's why I appreciate Tri-City Optometric Eye Care. You're not a number there. You're an individual. And when your vision is important to you, who you trust your vision to should be important. Dr. Troy Tevis is the owner and operator of the Tri-City Optometric Eye Care. He's been voted the best in Rutherford County 3 years in a row. Dr. Tevis is an OD and also a PhD. Takes time to understand his patient's needs and concerns, and you're not just another number. I like that. Tri-City Optometric Eye Care offers full service examinations, and they've got things that you need. If you need contact lenses, they have emergency eye care treatment, quality affordable eyewear, tons of fashion frames. They'll file all your insurance papers for you. Why don't you contact Tri-City Optometric Eye Care the next time you need your eyes examined? If your vision is important to you, who you trust your vision to should be important. The entire team at Crow's Funeral Home and Cremation Services can help you with options available. They will help you find a balance between the emotional, spiritual, and financial needs of your loved one. During this time, it's important to turn to someone you can trust and depend on. Crow's Mortuary and Crow's Mortuary and Crematory has a long history of trust and dependability. Crow's Mortuary and Crematory. That's 286-2304. Ruby Taylor is up next from Danieltown, SDO, Shallow Danieltown Oakland Community. And here's the report from Ruby Taylor. Good morning, Ruby.
Good morning.
Tell us what's been going on over there.
Well, the fire department was quiet. They didn't have any calls. And on my birthday calendar, I've got John Fulton, Heather Dobbins, and Rachel Welburn having birthdays today, and Mr. and Ms. David Cordell is having anniversary today, and hope they have a nice day. And tomorrow, Carolyn Cantrell and Katie Glover is having birthdays tomorrow, and hope they have a nice day. Then Sunday, Martha Humphries, I hope she has a nice day Sunday. And the signs are in the neck today, tomorrow, and going to the arms on Sunday. And Jim, that's all I got.
Thanks, Ruby. Enjoy your weekend.
You too.
Thanks. Bye-bye. We're being kind today to Elizabeth Tessinier. Elizabeth is retired. She lives in Rutherford, having a birthday with us.
Gregory's Original Restaurant in the Park Lane Plaza is the perfect dining choice of Rutherford County. Greg offers all your favorite dishes. Try their delicious subs, grinders, pasta, chicken, burgers, fresh garden salads, and the most delicious steaks served with mushroom gravy or peppers and onions. Be sure to call on Gregory's for all your catering needs at 287-2171. Check out the website for menus and event information, www.gregorysoriginal.com. Gregory's in the Park Lane Plaza in Rutherford.
Bob Hodge is out of pocket this morning with us. He's taking a day off. We'll jump from the Hudlow Volunteer Fire District all the way up to Rumbling Ball, and Homer's on the phone to give us the news from up there. Homer, good morning. How are things?
Good morning. A little wet up here.
I bet it is. You've had a lot of rain, haven't you?
Yeah, I think it rained about all night. I know it made me sleep good. It is still raining currently right now. We've had a couple reports. In my gauge, it says 3 inches. Somebody else reported 5, so I'm going to say between 3 and 5 inches.
Yeah, I would think so.
And temperature has been mild, 69 midnight. Currently it is 69. Not going to be too good of a day for golf. Want to tell everybody there's a couple of detours. There's some trees down on Bills Creek, Antioch Road in that area. There's detours. There's a power line down, so just be careful if you're venturing in on Bills Creek Road. I understand that the fire department is there. They're directing traffic, directing you around it. Like I said, trees and power lines down. Road's pretty wet, so everybody be careful venturing in. Other than that, not much going on. Rain kind of puts a damper on things, but just remind everybody to be safe and take a little extra time to get out during this rainy weather here.
We appreciate the heads up on the detours and what's happening up there. Folks like to know those kind of things when they're out and about, so thank you.
Okay, thank you. We appreciate it.
Anything else going on?
No. Had been having a little bear sightings and stuff like that. Bear's been pretty active. Other than that, I think we have one wedding tomorrow at 5:30, so maybe the weather will cooperate. If not, it'll be on the inside. Other than that, just anticipating average weekend here at Rumbling Ball. It's going to be a rainy weekend off and on. Just everybody be safe and get to work safely.
Homer, I appreciate that. You have a great weekend as well. I'll see you next time.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Bye.
Bye.
More than 1 million Americans have heart attacks each year. And if you or a loved one experiences symptoms of a heart attack, every second matters. That's why the emergency department at Rutherford Regional Health System is a chest pain accredited facility. What does that mean to you? It means quality care here at home that could save precious seconds when treating the symptoms of heart attacks. To learn more about Rutherford Regional and its commitment to safe quality care, visit myrutherfordregional.com. When you want some sound facts about better hearing, go see Lisa Terry at Miracle Ear in 4A City. She's dedicated to that job. She's really helped a lot of your friends and my friends with their hearing. If you think you might be close to getting that done, have that free hearing test done first. She'll give you that free hearing test, no obligation whatsoever. And you'll find Miracle Ear office in 4A City on 1512 West Main Street, Suite 102. And that phone number is 828-368-4126. A-plus rating with the Better Business Bureau. All right, we're checking in now over Cherry Mountain Fire District with Sue Price to find out what's been happening over there. Sue, good morning.
Good morning, Jim.
Is it wet over there?
Well, yes.
I'd say, huh?
It just rained and rained and rained yesterday. No, I don't know. It's still looking rainy this morning. So we just looking for more rain. But anyway, whatever comes is good. I'm starting now. I started out at 68 degrees this morning, so it's not too bad out there. On my church calendar, I've got Avery Tony, so happy birthday to Avery. Fairview's got anniversary for Randy and Christine Head, so I hope they'll have a good day. And First Broad doesn't have anything for today, so just a few celebrating over here, but we hope anybody that's having a birthday or anniversary will have a good day and enjoy their special day. In my announcements, the community-wide gospel singing coming up at Mount Harmony Baptist Church Friday, August the 10th, starting at 7 p.m., and they'll be featuring the Songfellers Quartet. And so far, that's the only announcement I've had come in. It's just quiet and calm over here. Looking for a good day, and I hope you'll have a good day, and you and Faye have a good weekend.
Thanks very much, Sue. You too, and I'll see you next time.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Well, here's the word. We're 75% sure about this. I've been corresponding with Phil Dangle, the owner of the Forest City Owls, and he's now saying that he's 75% sure that Billy Ray Cyrus will be at the Mark McNair Field Saturday night for the doubleheader, starting at 6 o'clock and sing the national anthem. Now, he's in Canada and flying in Friday evening, supposedly, and hopefully he'll be there. Phil is not 100% sure that that's going to happen, but he's been told that it's trying to happen. So if you want to come out and see Billy Ray Cyrus on Saturday night at Owls Stadium, be sure to try to remember to do it now. But keep in mind that we're now saying 75% sure that Billy Ray Cyrus will be in Forest City Saturday night for the doubleheader starting at 6 o'clock and sing the national anthem. I don't know how that got fed up.
The Recliner Center is happy to introduce new styles of Spring Air mattresses. Some come with the cool gel that you're going to love. Remember the days when you could flip your mattress? Well, Spring Air is now offering the flippable mattress. Check out these for a really great night's sleep. The Recliner Center is needing to make room for some new styles of lift chairs, recliners, and sofas, and you're going to get some special deals on the floor models and extra inventory in the store. Now, you always know you get the best deals in town at the Recliner Center, and now's the best time to go shopping. Check on the inventory of new recliners, sofas, and lift chairs coming in. Now, some of the styles have a new water-repellent fabric. Water beads up instead of soaking into the fabric. Leave it to the Recliner Center to offer you the best choices and best prices. Ask to see the new wall hugger style of furniture. Hours are Wednesday through Friday 9 to 5 and Saturday 9 to 2. The Recliner Center on Cooper's Gap Road in Rutherfordton.
If you're planning on doing any traveling up around Henderson and Transylvania counties, you might need to know that river flood warnings have been issued. River flood warning has been issued for Transylvania and Henderson counties until Saturday evening. The French Broad River at Blantyre is rising above a flood stage affecting Henderson and Transylvania counties. Minor flooding will impact farmland between French Broad River and the railroad tracks. Floodwaters may start to leave the shoulders off River Road near the Big Willow Road intersection, according to the National Weather Service. So if you're traveling up that way, you might want to keep that in mind, that those Hendersonville has a tendency to flood pretty often, particularly there in downtown Hendersonville area where it's slow level. So if you're traveling up that way, you might want to be cautious and check ahead with the National Weather Service or the local officials in regard to that. We're going over to Union Mills in just a moment. It can be a tough call when it comes time to provide daycare services for an aging parent or loved one. Rutherford Life Care can be just what you're looking for. Rutherford Life Care offers adults a safe and fun place during the day for medical monitoring, nutritional meals, and daily activities. Rutherford Life is licensed by the State of North Carolina Division of Aging. Call them today and let them answer questions you may have. That's 288-1697, 288-1697. Rutherford Life offers a staff of professionals who show the love and compassion that you entrust your loved ones to. That's Rutherford Life Care Services, located on Thunder Road, Spindale. Again, that phone number is 288-1697. Now let's head toward Union Mills and get the Kelly Report from Ms. Brenda. Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm fine. How about yourself on this fantastic Friday morning?
Well, I'm a little soggy, but molding a little bit around the edges, but I'm fine.
Isn't there a group at Soggy Bottom Boys or Soggy?
Yeah, Soggy
That's
Bottom
how
Boys.
we feel, huh?
That's about right. Yeah. Well, I thought it was never going to stop raining yesterday.
Well, we've had quite a bit. Yeah, I've not had but 0.7 of an inch since yesterday morning. The sun come out a couple of times up here, but didn't stay out long.
0.7 of an inch.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, that's something.
Yeah.
Rain's heavy some places and light other places.
Yeah, in the last 3 days we've had almost 3 inches.
Wow.
So, according to my rain gauge, of course, mine's not as good as Tom Root's, but I've got one out front. So. I
hope I can find him. I don't know if he's out of town or what. I couldn't reach him yesterday for the report. I hope I can get to him today, a little after 8 o'clock, but we'll see.
Yeah. But we hope everybody's having a good day today. I've got 66 degrees, and like I said, I've had 0.7 of an inch of rain. Birthdays and anniversaries today, I've got Nora Rose Stevenson, Josh Duckett, E.J. Weiss, Kevin Black, David Odom, and Faye Godfrey celebrating birthdays, anniversary, John and Tamara Doggett. I don't have anything on around here, so we hope all these people have a great old big day on their special day. And in ways of announcements, Britain Presbyterian Church will be celebrating 250 years, and that's the first Sunday in August, and that'll be homecoming. Service at 11 o'clock, and a meal will follow, and bring a well-filled picnic basket for that. And then on the second Sunday in August, Richard Gibbon will be speaking at 11 o'clock service, but this meal will be catered. And then we got the Union Mills Learning Center on Hudlow Road in Union Mills. Tonight at 7 p.m., they're featuring Tri-County Bluegrass. Meal beginning at 6 p.m., and the cost of the meal is $5. It's vegetable plate with roll, dessert, and drink. And music begins at 7, and they have a tip jar available for the band. And then all-class reunion at Alexandria School students on August 11th, starting at 11 a.m. until 6 p.m. at Union Mills Learning Center on Hudlow Road in Union Mills. There will be lunch on Sunday, August the 12th at 12 p.m. on the first floor of the Union Mills Learning Center. Cost of meal is $10, and you can pay at the door or purchase tickets in advance on Saturday. And so far, that's all I've got.
All right. Do you have big plans for the weekend?
None that I know of, but I never know. You know, I may end up going somewhere. Well, I know I'll go to church unless I'm sick and can't get there.
Well, if you had a friend to call you and invite you to go somewhere, you'd go with them, wouldn't you?
Well, of course.
Yeah, sure. I don't blame you.
Or one of my young'uns.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I sure would. I've gone just about all last weekend. I went down to the bike rally at Chesney.
The bike rally?
Yeah, motorcycle.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, they was everywhere.
Chesney's booming, aren't they?
It was last Saturday.
Yeah, we got quite a few listeners around the Chesney area.
Yeah, well, good morning to Chesney.
Good morning, Chesney, South Carolina, Spartanburg County.
They done a fine job on that bike rally. Yeah, they had all kind of free rides for the children and all kind of tents set up for bike stuff and all that.
Was it a special occasion, or is it just a date they set for?
They do that every year.
Same time.
Or they did last year, and they did this year, I know.
Well, a lot of folks in Rutherford County, they've invested a lot of money in Chesney going through there and speeding. So they've left a lot. They've left a lot of money in Chesney.
Yeah, they sure have. They'll get you.
Yeah, they will. They sure will.
Yeah, in a heartbeat. Yeah.
Well, I hope you have a good weekend, whatever you do.
You have a good one. Is Miss Faye doing all right?
She is doing very well. She's improving slowly but surely.
Well, that's good. That's good. I'm glad to hear that.
And the grandkids are taking care of her, looking after her, whatever her needs are.
Well, that's good. It's good to have grandchildren and children.
Yeah, they're learning how to be doctors and nurses, I guess.
There you go. You never know what they'll be.
You never know. Brenda, have a great day.
You have a good one.
Thanks.
Catch you later.
Bye-bye. Brenda Kelly reporting out of Union Mills this morning. As I mentioned, Bob Hodge was out of pocket earlier this morning. We're going over to Ellenboro and talk with Luther Gilligan in just a moment.
Here's what our customers think about McCurry Deck Chevrolet Buick GMC.
I love my McCurry Deck Buick.
I love my McCurry Deck Chevrolet.
We love
our McCurry Deck GMC.
We guarantee you'll love McCurry Deck Chevrolet Buick GMC for a city.
I am definitely a McCurry Deck customer for life.
I love the price and the McCurry Deck Customer for Life Rewards program. It gives you up to $3,000 or more in rewards.
Take the easy drive to savings. McCurry Deck for a city. Discover the rewards of being a customer for life.
You know, when you need a plumber, you want someone with a reputation of getting right out to you and getting the job done for you the right way. That'll be Olmsted Plumbing. Since 1973, the Olmsted family has been serving homeowners and builders with the best of service. From unclogging a drain to replacing fixtures and appliances to remodeling jobs, their top quality work, fair prices, and punctual service has made them the area's leading plumbing firm. Eric and Chad are continuing that family tradition, and they'd like to serve you. Call 245-7302. Experience plus equipment equals excellence. Olmsted Plumbing at 245-7302. Southern Carpet is your guide to top quality flooring expert. They're the experts in installation. Family business is pleased to have been growing for over 20 years. Gerald and Lynn Tony and Clayton Tony all do a great job. They strive to share a bit of Southern hospitality as they meet the flooring needs of their neighbors here in Rutherford and surrounding counties. And they do a lot of work for outside this area as well as right here in Rutherford County. Small to large, doesn't matter to them what size place it is, they can satisfy you real quickly. They have more on hand, ready to install high-quality floor products than anybody else in the area. Trust Southern Carpet to do a great job for folks right here who love to do business with home folks. Farmer's Friend Feed, Seed, and Supply in Rutherfordton has garden supplies including vegetable plants, seeds, shrubs, and more. Mulch available by the bag or scoop. Farmer's Friend Feed, Seed, and Supply is now the authorized dealer for Mantis Tillers and Mary Tillers. Check with Farmer's Friend for details. Get your propane grill tanks filled. 20 pounds, only $10.99. There's much more. Stop by for springtime. 188 Whiteside Road, Rutherfordton. Open Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 5:30, Saturdays until 2. The gates are open, and they're ready for you to stop by and get what you need from them. Now let's head toward Ellenboro. Luther Gilligan is there, live and in living color on the streets of Ellenboro. Good morning. How are you, sir?
Good morning. He's down on the streets this morning. He's inside where it's dry.
You think you'll lump up or something if you get wet or melt?
I try not to get wet. We know I'll melt if I get wet.
Yeah, well, you better stay inside.
Right down the drain.
You better stay inside.
But it's a little wet in the middle this morning. It's sort of dry around the edges, but it's wet in the middle. But we're having a good time down here. It's quiet this morning. Nothing going on this morning. See, Water Department had 3 accidents yesterday and had 2 medical calls last night. So maybe today will be a better day. So everything good with that. On Friday, the last day of the week, everybody's looking forward to the weekend. But nothing else going on. So you're going to have something going down tomorrow night. They're going to be having a family festival over at the schoolhouse tomorrow evening from 5 to 7:30. So everyone's invited down it. And let's see today, tomorrow, when they'll have the street blocked out here at High Street and Hollis Road. So they want to look out for it. And you can get there by Cherry Bank Street or go in on North Wind Street. And then she won't wish a birthday day to Shannon Morrison is having birthday day, and also Kim Siska's having one. So they have a great day and enjoy their day. And there's nothing else going on down here. You have a great day up there. We'll talk to you next week.
Thanks very much, Luther. Enjoy yourself, and I'll see you next time.
All right, take care now.
It's time for birthdays and anniversaries here on this birthday day, which is the 3rd of August, August 3rd. If you're celebrating, call us now at 287-3356, and we'll have a party and give away some of Granny B's delicious Daylight Donuts. Somebody will win those. Of the names that are called in, they're put together, we have a drawing and announce who the winner is. But we love to celebrate everybody's birthday. 287-3356 is the number to call.
Get ready for those hot summer months. Speedy Lube has 2 lanes to serve you, get you in and out in no time, vacuum your car while the oil is being changed, air conditioner checked, transmission flushed, wiper blades replaced if needed, even a top-of-the-line car wash, all at RS Speedy Lube and Inspection Station, Railroad Avenue in Ruth. Take care of that car and have
name brand items. They have a great selection, 8 to 9, Sundays 10 to 8. Saving a lot is easy at Save a Lot in the White Oak Plaza in Spindale.
Well, one thing you can depend on and trust is good customer service from Henson Building Material. They know that. They understand how important it is when the customer comes in not quite sure exactly what it is I need to do this particular project. They're there to help you, but they never interfere with what you're doing. They don't look over your shoulder, but they can answer your question. They're trained. They got a lot of experience in that business. So if you're doing a little minor work at your house, you need some suggestions, some help, they'll be glad to help you. If you got a major project, and you want some major information, they've got that as well. Visit the showroom. You'll enjoy looking around that beautiful cabinetry and kitchen area there. It's a great place. They've grown over the years, and we're so proud to have them part of Rutherford County. Henson Building Material, more than just a lumber yard, so much more. They are even the distributor or the host of the Georgia boots that many folks love to wear when they're working. They've got a good selection of Georgia boots. They're also the home for the Traeger grills. Yep. Why don't you check that out? From a nail to a large load of lumber, you got it all at Henson Building Material, Duke Street, Forest City.
It's time for you to test drive the affordable, fuel-efficient Ford Fusion from Sisk Family Ford in Forest City. Family-owned Sisk Ford can put you into the car you want with a payment plan you can appreciate. If it's a truck you want, get the Ford truck that's breaking records in sales. Ask about why the sales department is being bragged on with each and every sale that they make. They love your business at Sisk Family Ford, and it shows. New and used automobiles and an award-winning service department makes Sisk Family Ford the choice for so many. Step up to Ford today. Sisk Family Ford, Oak Street, Forest City.
That's really something to crow about. It's the Daylight Donuts from Granny B's in Spindale. Get yours today while they're fresh. They're good. They're delicious. It's Daylight Donuts. It's something to crow about. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to Elizabeth Tessanier Rutherfordton. She is retired, and we're being kind to her all day today. Also celebrating is Faye Godfrey up at Gilkey and Deborah Baxter over Doggett's Grove Road. Doggett's Grove community of Forest City. Thank God we're here to call that name again. Madeline Grace over in Boston will be 10 on Sunday. Happy birthday to her. Oh, Madeline Grace, Boston, not Boston. Madeline Grace Boston will be 10 on Sunday. I don't know where she lives. She may live anywhere. Madeline Grace Boston. Sorry about that. Let's see what else we got here. On the 3rd, we've got Noah Rose Stevenson, Josh Duckett, E.J. Weiss, Kevin Flack, John and Tamara Doggett's anniversary, David Odom, and Faye Godfrey all having birthdays. So happy birthday, happy anniversary. And we'll see who's going to get to eat those donuts in just a moment. Carrie Whitmire and Jane Whitmire both celebrating birthdays. A daughter and mother. We wish them both a happy, happy birthday.
A little girl from a very poor home was taken to a hospital. While in the hospital, people came by to sing Christmas carols and tell the good news about the Savior that was born. This was the first time the little girl had ever heard the Christmas story and why Jesus had come into the world. She accepted him with the simple faith of a little child. Her heart was filled with joy and a new peace. The thought of going back to her humble home did not seem to dampen the little girl's spirits. She said to one of the nurses, "I will be taking Jesus with me." The nurse acknowledged that she understood what the girl was talking about. The little girl responded, "Oh, you know him too?" "Yes," said the nurse. The little girl had a puzzled look on her face. "Well, you don't look like you know him." The nurse was curious. "Well, how did I look?" "Well, I thought if you knew him, you wouldn't look so glum. I thought you would look glad," the little girl commented. The child left the hospital, but the nurse could not forget the brief encounter she had with the little girl who had been touched by the Christmas story. Neither could she forget the simple honesty of the child that reminded her that if Jesus had truly touched her heart, then the message needed to reach her face. This is Bill Hostler with today's Key to Confident Living. Scripts for these programs are available in book form by calling toll-free 1-888-333-KEYS. Why not consider a book as a gift for a friend?
Also, we want to add a birthday wish to Martha Inslee and David Javidon, and David and Marcia Javidon's anniversary on the same day, so we congratulate them both. Unfortunately, they were too late for the drawing. The drawing's already been done, but we want to wish congratulations to Faye Godfrey up in Gilkey as our winner of the Daylight Donuts this morning. Congratulations to her. We'll have that certificate right here waiting for you. Stop by and pick that up. All righty, then let's see. Coming up next hour, we're going to have a report from Cliff Palmero on a show that's coming up Saturday night down at Chase High School. We'll talk to him, and I believe that's about it. He's going to call in. Yeah, Cliff's going to call. Yeah, okay. And as I mentioned earlier, don't know, is 75% sure, Bill Dangle said Billy Ray Cyrus may show up to the Saturday night game to do the national anthem and sign autographs. Not sure yet. Don't. He wants you to know that it is not for sure. He's getting a lot of this information secondhanded himself. So he's wanting you to know that if you want to make plans to come meet Billy Ray, come right now. They may know something about Saturday, but come right now in the auspice of knowing that it may pan out, it may not. So that's planned right now. Okay? All right. The achy breaky heart guy.
They say the neon lights are bright on Broadway. On Broadway. They say there's always magic. But when you're walking down that street and you ain't had enough to eat, the glitter rubs right off and you're nowhere. On Broadway. They say the girls are something else on Broadway. But looking at them just give me the blues. How you gonna make some time when all you have is one thin dime, and one thin dime won't even shine your shoes? They say that I won't last too long on Broadway. I'll catch a Greyhound bus for home, they all say. Oh, anyone, I know they are. I can play this here guitar, and I won't quit till I'm a star on Broadway.
WCAB News. I'm Mike Rayleigh. More than 120 homes have been evacuated in Lynchburg, Virginia because of a 17 feet of water in the city. At risk as once after they were pulled out by rip currents.
Arrived and then a full
fraud continues. More from CBS.
Transfers to pay for high-end suits and more than $3 million in home improvements, money they say he was trying to hide from the IRS. Manafort's lawyers say they will pin blame for any illegal conduct on his longtime deputy, Rick Gates, who is expected.
Bill Kobe has resigned at 70
and is already seeing cancellations.
You can't do that. And
we're usually found in pockets, but this
national team at WCAB News.
July jobs report.
I would look for jobs report is the question of wage.
Today, Apple will be in a class by it.
The tech giant came dangerously close.
Hitting the campaign rally talking about Russia. ABC's Arlette Signs.
President Trump stood on team hours after his national security team warned Russia is again trying to interfere in American democracy.
The money laundering trial continues this morning of President Trump's former case from Reagan National Airport in Washington. ABC's Kenneth Moten is there.
The 12-year-old. Any mobile, tablet, or Zoom video conferencing. Visit
the Tomorrow Mattress and Sleep System.
Board for information on the disappearance of Iowa.
Molly Tippett's family begging for help.
We believe that Molly to please release her.
The 20-year-old was spending the summer at her boyfriend Dalton Jack's apartment. Jack, who is not considered a suspect, was over 100 miles away working a construction job the day Tibbetts disappeared.
Hit the home of the suspect in the murder of
his home. We set up a perimeter and then custody. Jim Ryan, ABC.
Great ideas this year.
Our gravy trade of moisture back through the evening. Rain will be heavy at times, partly cloudy, just a slight chance for a storm.
We should be getting this off and on throughout most of the day, but by tomorrow it sort of slows a little bit. Only a 50% chance of scattered showers. 93 degrees. I was on the phone with me right now to give us an update.
Good. Had to buy a boat. He's wanting to do sand. Now, Jim, this is where it gets exciting. His jersey and gets it. Yeah, it's really great. We're excited about a new look, and all the county teams right now are doing the coupon cards this year, and so it's doing the coupon cards this year, and I'm excited. I'm going to go check these guys out to kind of get a little preview of the season, and see if I can see some of my old football coaches and see some former players down there at Chase High School.
Well, it won't be many Fridays until you and Jay Coombs will be behind the microphone again. Give us a play-by-play.
Oh, yeah, we're looking forward to it. I think this year we're starting off with Chase versus Polk County. And I know Jay and I have already been talking, kind of getting some ideas up for this next season. And it's great because we're going to be, we're going to be streaming online and AM and now FM. So it's going to be a great thing.
It's going to be checking in with us this morning, and have a great day and enjoy tomorrow night. And we'll look forward to the broadcast starting real soon right here.
Thank you, Jim.
Proud to support WCAB and their Sound of Rutherford County. This may be Remax Journey Realty. Call them at each office is independently owned.
Exciting hot nights, cool rides, car show, beautiful downtown Forest City. This marks the 27th annual show. It's one of the largest car shows in the Southeast. Show begins Saturday, August the 18th, August the 17th. Move Band. Lots of great.
With Insurance Service Associates. Are you call 245-5301 at Insurance Service Associates, 127 East Trade Street, Forest City.
It's her birthday today as well, and we're happy to celebrate the birthdays of these ladies as well as all the others who were called in this morning. All the raindrops that keep falling.
6.5, so it's just a little.
I don't know. Tom usually.
But not a lot of precipitation, not a lot of downput. Yeah. So we're just on the edges this time. Channel 13 was reporting yesterday that. We're almost are close to 10 inches over for the year.
Wow.
So we don't have any drought problem here in western North Carolina.
Well, it looks like after today it's going to start diminishing a little bit and start slacking off by Saturday.
Possibility of all of next week, light, but still some possibility of rain.
Yeah. Tom, thank you so much for letting us drive. Yeah, bye-bye. Tom Rube, he flood stage up there, and we're under a flood watch for this area until to Broad River there is above flood. Is one of Rutherford County's favorite. Great service, warm atmosphere, full service bar, and a large party rooms available. City, or visit them anytime at Reporting. I read this story from about 4 different sources this morning, and some of them are a little more reporting a little differently than others. This particular have been charged with trespassing at where the family came early and brought an entourage pending to represent District 47 in Whaley. Now all was invited to come. He brought newspaper reporters and out of his visiting there. And 2 filmmakers hired by extended to David Wheeler. They were not invited. A lot of folks say they keep the doors locked. The doors locked. 9 people. Some of the reporters started heading toward the door. Got signs posted on both sides of the church to record by video or audio. Barged in at the church well before the schedule group was appalling and unacceptable. Particularly the TV giving objective Facebook stories about a particular church here in the county. Now, whether you do or whether you do not believe what the church is all about, what they're doing, whether you do or whether you do not, running a campaign based on innuendos and gossip from he will recognize if he wraps his arms around those who have criticism for a church. But anyway, they will be. I'll be right back. Children's Care is welcoming new patients. With 3 physicians and 2 mid-level providers, the group is available to examine, diagnose, and treat patients. To schedule an appointment, call Rutherford Children's Care at 828-287-9325.
Hey, this is Brittany. Bug spray and stylish summer clothing. I'm excited to tell you we have new summer sandals and booties. See you soon.
No, it wasn't anybody at me. Just giving me some bad news about it.
In our jail, Milton Road in Joanna, North Carolina, Hudson Road in Bostic, was arrested for possession of stolen goods and possession of a stolen automobile. He received a $40,000 secure bond. In our incident reports, we have a Randall Dobbins of Park Drive in Forest City reporting a damaged property by false pretense, and that's all I have for you.
Thanks very much, Deputy Wethers. You know, there are those critics out there who criticize you, whatever you do, if you're trying to do the right thing. They will criticize you regardless. You know, we had the master teacher that walked on the earth a number of years ago. He was criticized and even crucified, and nothing has. If people are still doing it. There's that in Greenville, South Carolina, a pastor in Greenville has come under fire from some of his congregation and others online after he accepted a White House invitation. He's invited to come to the White House. He accepted it, and they're out to crucify him. John Gray, pastor of Greenville's Relentless Church, met with the President Donald Trump Wednesday along with some other pastors to discuss prison reform. And some of them who hate Donald Trump's guts now hate the pastor's guts because he visited with him. Advisors were upset about his decision. I'm here to preach the gospel. That's the only reason I went. Gray ended his remarks by stating this would be the only time he will address the issue. Trying to seize it all, what he stood for, the immorality that existed, in tearing down the Christian Judeo-Christian values. I didn't like what he stood for at all, but had he invited me to the White House to discuss an issue, I would have gone, in spite of the fact of what I think of him.
NCN Sports, I'm Josh Zach. Just 2 days after the Washington Nationals opened a can on the Mets in a 25-4 slaying, the Dodgers decided it was their turn to show some offense. LA outfielder and first baseman Cody Bellinger hit a grand slam and had 5 RBIs in a 21-5 bashing of the Brewers.
That's a beatdown.
That is a beatdown.
It was fun. I think there's a lot of cheering. Long game, but there were still a lot of people in the stands, so I think they enjoyed it, and we enjoyed it too.
A couple other finals yesterday needed extra space in the line score. Red Sox jumping all over the Yankees 15-7. The Rangers also had some fun at the plate. They owned the Orioles 17-8. Ian Poulter has a win at Firestone. Round 2 in a trade with Buffalo. Carolina, a second-round selection in 2019.
From a lot of different areas, and this isn't about just care and us not winning. It's about we've added this off-season.
We'll demo a newspaper every day online. .com today.
At ACCsports.com. Magazine dedicates 10 pages to each ACC school, each jam-packed with stats and information. Pre-order your copy today by going to ACCsports.com and clicking on the pre-order banner.
Defending national champion Alabama is the unanimous #1 in the preseason coaches poll, with Clemson clocking in at #2. Alabama just last season won its 5th national championship under Coach Nick Saban, beating Georgia in overtime in the college football playoff national State and Auburn. Now the 8th state, 19th. The AP preseason poll comes out. Josh, Zach, NCN Sports.
Continuing again today, but it comes to widespread basis are about to stop. Tomorrow is partly cloudy, just a slight chance for
right. If it rains enough in those low-lying areas, you might need to be prepared for that, but nothing major coming up. It's dwindling off by Saturday, only a 50% on Saturday and 30% chance of rain on Sunday. Right now, though, it's cloudy, some rainfall, and 69 degrees right here at WCAB Rutherfordton. Welcome to the Word of Faith. Response on this program are not necessarily
fellowship, and so today I hack in Los Angeles. I moved here in 98. So, but I've known her for many years in Los Angeles. She knew about how God brought her here, but even before that, how she had God brought her through it.
Put my whole life into working in the cafeteria, and she met my father there.
This was and
I really don't remember dates. I'm not really. Through a series of events, and from Queens, they called me a Jap, a chink, and tired. They was just a big culture shock. And I smoked, and I ditched school all the time, and I didn't multicultural. So my father was Jew. Befriended she liked. And we were raised Jewish. So my oldest sister and I were bat mitzvahed. My youngest sister was not. When he retired, it was very confusing. I mean, we went to temple, but we didn't know God. My father always said, "You're a Jew, and he was very proud of being a Jew. But his lifestyle didn't show anything about being God's chosen. My mother, she did, because you grope for, you start hanging around people who look happy, and they're usually on drugs. So that's how you kind of start hanging around with people who look like they're having a good time, because you're looking for that happiness. And drugs and alcohol don't get regret of Korean greens and masks and a very things always in so anyway, although we got married, continued to be a bouncer, so I thought about it, and I thought, I just can't have a child with him. His dad was an angry man. His mother took lithium to stay on track. She was actually on lithium, and I sit up. It's like sounds were coming out of me, just make that go away, and then education. So I wasn't really good at another abortion. But this time it was with an Oriental man. You always can find somebody to give you an abortion. Somebody that just did it because I knew he couldn't be a father and I couldn't be a mother. Father co-signed for our first, my son's father. Sayings and, I don't want to be alone when I'm old. At one point, and I think there's nothing, stumbled into finding Jesus. I'm just so grateful because my Lord and Savior. Abortions. And she had to have an abortion and a divorce, and I started partying when I came. You just go from one to, and maybe cleaned up your body. My heart started pounding, and I'm so distraught. I thought I was having a miscarriage, and God, was moving to North Carolina. She sent me money to pay for the gardener. She sent me money to send her things to North Carolina, and all I did was live there for free. I was such a
Word of Faith Fellowship.
Oh, my mother was.
You had family that was here at Word of Faith Fellowship,
yes.
And then your mother's now moving to Word of Faith Fellowship.
Yes, because now I was on so many medicines. The arguing in the house was so awful all the time. I remember one week, I'm talking like about 5 to 7 days, I don't remember. My parents would just walk by each other and not even acknowledge each other. And I stood in the center of the room and I said, "Would you please stop it? Would you please stop it?" And they didn't know how. Taking all my medicine, And he had a massive heart attack right there in Carolina. They were actually going to the Word of Faith. Isn't it funny how we're all intertwined somehow? This little teeny tiny, I hope more for a visit, because why? She was moving to North Carolina, so I came to see for myself. And I met the nicest people at the Word of Faith Fellowship.
Had you ever been to church? You grew up Jewish, you went to synagogue, then you go home, your mom's Buddhist, you have Buddhas in your house. Had you ever been to any kind of Christian church, read the Bible, or anything?
When we moved to California, it wasn't like Virginia, where the rabbi was so wonderful. My mother converted to Judaism because she got very friendly with Rabbi Schreiner and his wife, and they was to have God. Uncomfortable.
With that background,
there was nothing confusing. Nobody came up and was friendly. Orientals, just everybody with a personality that wasn't mine. I became, it was like such a creation. I mean, they came out of everywhere. My mother told me that, my son was born, and I said I'd never marry. Somebody said to me, I thought to myself, who is going to take care of me? Well, I did. So I had a child with him. Was God's creature. I just thought, he was my son and I was going to take care of him. But when I saw that my mother was going to move here, she wanted to go to Bible school, and she was selling her house in California, I was going to be all alone, and I wanted to move here too, but I needed to hear, God spoke to me to move here. God himself spoke to me to move here. And so I came, and I knew nothing, and I've totally gone off of my paper here, but my lifestyle in California was so bad. I mean, my lifestyle could have been bad in any state, but it was just really bad in California. I stumbled from year to year. I didn't have a thing to offer my son. All my friends were, you use each other. You don't really have any friends that you could call friends. I moved here. I didn't have a personality. I relied on my mother for money. I didn't have a thing to offer my son. But slowly, people took me under their wing. Pastors that, Jane and Sam Whaley, just different leadership in the church would just give you a little trinket here and a little nugget there that could keep you going to the next day to make it. I'm 50. How old am I? I'm 58 years old. And I mean, I was a mess. I moved here when I was 38 years old, and I was half dead. And I have a child that I can't even raise. But I came here, and people gave me the love of God and showed me that there was a better way to live. And I did everything that you're supposed to do in this world. I couldn't make it. I didn't know how to. I couldn't put one foot in front of the other by the time I was 38. It was pitiful. I mean, I hung around with the wrong crowds. I made the wrong decisions every time he turned around. My son now is 27 years old. He is married. He is a CPA. His wife is the sweetest thing that you would ever meet. Her mother is such a blessing. The four of us bought a house together. I didn't have a nickel to my name. I leached off my parents. Every penny I got, I spent on drugs. I couldn't hold a conversation. I certainly couldn't sit here in front of a camera and speak to you and tell you there is a better life out there for you. And I'm so grateful that God got to my heart. And I will tell you that when I was young, I remember I found myself in the Mojave Desert. I jumped out of the vehicle, and I'm on the Mojave Desert, and I am walking, and I get a ride. I thumbed I get a ride from a trucker who gives me a ride home. I don't know how I didn't die 1,000 times. God has been very merciful to me. And the Word of Faith and the pastors and the ministers and the congregation have changed my life. And God can change yours. You know, just...
And I appreciate you sharing that, you know, and you sharing about the abortions that you went through. And when you came here, we were talking last night how God so healed your heart with that. And he, you know, we were talking about where you do things you don't know God, and then later when you know God, God can come to you and you can repent for things, and you turn your heart to God and you acknowledge where you did things wrong in the past, and you humble your heart to God, and it's amazing how God can bring restoration in your heart for those very.
After I, found God, I've always wanted more children because I could have raised them. The 2 that I killed, God gives life. My sister said to me, "Do you think you had a child because you wanted one?" And I said, "Well, yeah. I had the other 2. I mean, you just don't even know you don't regard life. You don't know." She said, "God breathes life God gave you Daniel. It wasn't circumstances. And those children are God's children. And don't kill your unborn child. Don't do it. You are accountable to God, and you are accountable for every deed."
And that's so important.
And I repented 1,000 times. I wish I never would have done it.
Yeah. And I appreciate you sharing that. It's so important that you open your heart up and share, because God definitely has shown you how serious it was what you did in your life, and it's so wonderful that you can come to God, you can repent for this, and God's restoring your life, and here it is, He's giving you a wonderful son. But it's such a good message to get out there.
Beautiful son.
And hopefully people listening out there, if maybe you're going through things like she went through in the past, and maybe that's something that you face. But I think today was such a powerful testimony, and I'm so glad that Julia really shared her heart, very serious things in her life. But I know she was sharing with me how she wanted to get that out because she thought maybe there's somebody out there that's maybe facing a decision about abortion. And I hope that if that's true, that maybe you've listened and you've heard how God is the one who gives life. And when God creates something, it's life, and it's meant to be because He has a purpose. So anyways, I appreciate you sharing that, Julie, and sharing out of your heart. That was so precious that you shared. And we thank you for listening. This is Word of Faith Fellowship. We're here Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 8:30 to 9. And we hope that you have a great day.
Is Pappas following the 65-year-old doctor on a bicycle before allegedly passing House Connect and opening fire, then riding away on the 10-speed bike police believe he's been using to get around ever since.
Police in D.C.